It is always better to take some prevention, because like once you work with or meet with the professional, it doesn't necessarily mean you are going to be engaged in counseling or psychotherapy, but at least you would have some advice just for one time, or you can see it as a consultation, so you have a better idea of what your next step would be.
The major difference between counseling psychology and other psychologists would be we are more focused on the strength base. That means we not only focus on the pathological part, but we also focus more on about the developmental needs and also the strength of a person.
And to add to that, actually counseling psychology is one branch of the applied psychology field. So in Hong Kong, we have clinical psychology, educational psychology, counseling psychology, and also industrial and organizational psychology. And when I say applied psychology, it means that we will use our clinical skills and techniques to deal with individuals or families to help them to solve their concerns.
We would like to focus more about the psychological health of our students in order to prevent them to have certain psychological problems like those in mood disorder. Counseling psychologists will also work with students who have a SEN background.
Some of the counseling psychologists will also do research. We may more focus on the adjustment issue of each individual. For example, when they change school or when they move houses, all these kind of developmental milestones are what we focus on. So the work setting, I think it really varies depending on the expertise of the counseling psychologist. If there's just some sort of confusion, not necessarily has to be a problem, okay? Not necessarily has to be like really a huge emotional distress, okay? You are seeking for some professional advice in terms of, for example, your career direction or your interpersonal relationship, just that you would like to share with someone to get some professional ideas, you actually could seek for counseling psychologist. We expect, each of us, when they encounter a change, you would have some sort of emotional disequilibrium, okay? So meaning that you don't feel as balanced as before, and you don't feel like yourself as before. This may be a good time to talk to a counseling psychologist before things get even worse. The first thing for the bachelor education or undergraduate education, they need to have a psychology degree, and because that is the first step to get you to a postgraduate psychology training. For psychologists to be an applied psychologist, right, they should in Hong Kong at least have a master's degree in clinical psychology, educational psychology, counseling psychology, or IO psychology to claim themselves as a professional psychologist.
For university life, we usually require students to be more self-motivated, to be more self-regulated on their work, on their schedule. And sometimes some students may have some adjustment issue because all their peers have the similar issue. Okay, and they may not aware that would be a problem. When time passed by, when they promoted to more senior years, maybe all these problems would they get used to, and they no longer think that would be a problem. When we sometimes see many students when they're in their final years, when they need to submit their final year project, they all encounter some emotional issues or some anxiety problem that may interfere with the completion of their assignment. And we also see sometimes students they need to defer their study or cannot complete their study. Always do some prevention, or when you start to worry something, always maybe you can seek for third-party advice. So that may help you to overcome those issues in the early stage, can prevent more severe problem occur.